Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Avery Bradford. I am the owner of the Hive Content Marketing Company and creator of Grow Freelance. Last week, I got a good question about how to start a portfolio or how to get clients when you have no experience or when you don't have a portfolio or samples to create a portfolio with. So today I want to talk about how to build a freelance portfolio with no experience. And I read an article from Freedom Union by a girl named Alice Tone. I hope that I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And it had a lot of great examples. So I'm going to combine those with some of my own and share with you great ways to build your freelance portfolio. Okay, so let's go through this here. Now, when you first start out with building your freelance portfolio, you have two options. You can do free or low cost work for a company, or you can create your own samples. So if you're going to do free or low cost work, I have a few ways that you can do that. One is to use freelancer sites to find cheap work. And I mean credible freelancer sites like Upwork, Fiverr, I believe there's one called Odesk. There are a lot of different sites that you can use where you can make sure that the payment is verified so you know you're going to get paid. So you can find many projects on there for people looking for beginners, and they'll hire people just because they don't even know where to start. They don't know how to do it themselves. So definitely capitalize on doing those beginner projects, even if you're someone who's advanced. If you don't have anything on your portfolio, this will really help you do that. Another great way that you can build your portfolio is to find nonprofit companies who need your help. So there are websites out there where you can help nonprofits and do projects for them. I will link that below. And you can, if you're a marketing person, you can do a flyer for free. You can do some photography for free if you're a photographer, whatever that is. And they can, in return, give you a review, thus building your portfolio. Another great way to build your portfolio is to research local businesses and reach out to those you can help. So let's say you're a photographer. You could just go on and type in, and you're in Los Angeles, just type in Los Angeles companies or Los Angeles real estate, whatever it is that you like to photograph. Maybe it's Los Angeles surf shops if you like to photograph surfers, whatever it is. Google that in your local area and find ones that need your help. So for example, let's say I'm a photographer in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I photograph headshots. I can go on and I can look at real estate companies in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and look for companies where the headshots of their employees aren't that great. I can reach out to them and I can say, hey, I'm a photographer. I see a need where you guys need better headshots. I will do those for you for free in return for testimonies from each of your real estate agents. So that's 10 testimonies for you and 10 different samples for your portfolio. You can also do it with larger companies. It doesn't just need to be small companies. They can be any size. So the final way is to ask friends and family. Now, chances are you have a friend, you have a family member who has maybe a blog or a company or a side hustle, something where you can do something to help them. Most of the time this will be done for free, but this is a great way to build your portfolio and to get some testimonies so you can provide them with something they need and they can provide you with something you need. That's what friends are for after all, right? Also, if you want to build your portfolio and let's say you're a little nervous to reach out to people, or you've reached out and you haven't heard back, or you have no samples to even show them at all to show your credibility, then I highly recommend option number 2, which is to create your own samples. So there are a few different ways that you can do this. You can start a blog, Instagram, YouTube page, whatever it is that relates to what your company is, what your brand is. Create something that can showcase that. So if you're a writer, start a blog. If you are a videographer, start a blog. If you're a photographer, start an Instagram account. You see what I'm saying here? So choose a platform that showcases what you offer and start creating things for that. That way, if someone says, well, what are some pieces that you've done in the past? You can send them to that link. And if you're a writer, it doesn't need to be a personal blog about yourself or what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, a lifestyle blog. It can be a blog about blogging. It can be, if your target audience are real estate agents, it can be a blog about real estate. So make sure that you have your target audience and your ideal client in mind when you're starting this, and start creating projects for that person, which leads me into number 2, which is to create work for your ideal client. So let's say you're not hearing back and you don't know where to start. If your dream client is to work for Nike and you really want to be the blogger for Nike, write some blogs for Nike. Now, you might not get paid for them and they might not ever see them, but when you reach out to companies that are maybe smaller footwear companies, you can say, I wrote these sample blogs for Nike, and I believe that this would be applicable to your business as well. So make sure that you have, the confidence in yourself, the confidence in your work, and that your mindset's really there, especially if you're going to choose option number 2 and creating your own samples, because you need to push yourself to build that portfolio, because there's not going to be any money coming in. There's not going to be somebody on the end holding you accountable. It's just yourself. So if you're going to choose option number 2, really make sure that you're dedicated and that you're ready to set your schedule and set aside the time to do that just for yourself. So thank you so much. I hope this helped you, and that if you want to build your Upwork portfolio or your freelance portfolio, that this gives you a start. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. I do freelance consultations, so that's in the link below, and have a great rest of your day.